Ardipithecus ramidus, lived in a woodland environment. The woodland habitat of Ardipithecus ramidus featured a mix of trees, shrubs, and grasslands. This environment provided both arboreal and terrestrial resources for Ardipithecus ramidus. Arboreal resources include fruits, leaves, and insects found in trees. Terrestrial resources include ground-level plants, seeds, and small animals. Ardipithecus ramidus, like Ardi, spent considerable time in trees. Ardi's species foraged for fruits, leaves, and insects in the forest canopy. The forest canopy provided a rich source of food for Ardi and her kind. Arboreal foraging was a key aspect of Ardi's species' survival strategy. Certain species forage on the ground to obtain roots and tubers. Small animals on the forest floor serve as a food source. A mixed feeding strategy involves consuming both plant and animal matter. Accessing underground resources requires specialized foraging behaviors. This mixed diet provides diverse nutrients and energy sources. Ardi's skeletal structure exhibits adaptations for both climbing and bipedal walking. The skeletal adaptations suggest a transitional stage in hominin evolution. Features in Ardi's hands and feet demonstrate arboreal locomotion capabilities. The structure of Ardi's pelvis supports an upright posture and efficient bipedal movement. The opposable big toe facilitated the grasping of branches, crucial for arboreal locomotion. Pelvic and leg bone structures evolved to support upright walking. Upright walking relies on the structural integrity of the pelvis and leg bones. The human foot's unique bone structure enables both grasping and bipedal movement. Evolutionary adaptations in foot anatomy allowed for a transition from arboreal to terrestrial lifestyles. The skeletal structure of the foot provides a stable base for bipedal locomotion. Ardipithecus ramidus likely lived in small social groups. These social groups likely consisted of related females and their offspring. Social structure provided protection and resource sharing within the group. Living in groups facilitated learning and the transmission of survival skills to younger generations. Foraging groups enhance resource acquisition through shared knowledge of food sources. Collaborative foraging provides mutual protection against potential predators. Information sharing among foragers optimizes resource discovery and exploitation. Group foraging strategies balance resource acquisition with predator avoidance. Cooperative behavior in foraging groups increases overall survival rates. Mothers traditionally provided essential nourishment to their infants. Maternal care included crucial protection for vulnerable young children. Mothers facilitated early social learning opportunities for their offspring. The mother's role was central to the infant's development and well-being. Infant mammals exhibit a prolonged period of dependence on their mothers for survival and development. This extended maternal care is crucial for juveniles before they achieve full maturity. The duration of this dependency varies across different species, reflecting diverse evolutionary strategies. This period of dependence allows for the transmission of essential survival skills and social behaviors. Ardipithecus ramidus communicated through a combination of vocalizations. Gestures were also used by Ardipithecus ramidus as a means of communication. Facial expressions played a crucial role in their communication. The combination of vocalizations, gestures, and expressions facilitated social interaction. Social bonds are maintained through grooming activities. Play serves as a mechanism for strengthening social connections. Cooperative behaviors reinforce social bonds within a group. Grooming establishes trust and reduces tension among individuals. Cooperative hunting increases the likelihood of successful food acquisition. The diet primarily consisted of plant-based foods. Insects supplemented the plant-based diet. Small vertebrates also formed part of the diet. The diet was a combination of plant matter, insects, and small vertebrates. This dietary strategy provided a balanced nutritional intake. The diet was adapted to the available resources in the environment. Ripe fruits are selectively gathered from trees and shrubs. Hands are used to carefully pluck the selected fruits from the branches. Teeth assist in processing the gathered food. The process involves both manual and oral manipulation of the food source. Gathering techniques prioritize ripe fruits for immediate consumption. The combination of hand and teeth usage allows for efficient food processing in a natural environment. Hypothetically, simple tools such as sticks could have been utilized. Stones may have served as rudimentary tools for various purposes. sticks and stones could have been employed to access food sources. Simple tools might have been used for self-defense purposes. The use of tools, even simple ones, represents an early form of problem solving. The application of tools may have provided a survival advantage. Sleeping in trees provided protection from terrestrial predators during the night. Arboreal sleeping arrangements minimized the risk of encounters with ground-based threats. Elevated sleeping positions offered a strategic advantage against nocturnal hunters. The height of the trees acted as a natural barrier against potential danger. This behavior reduced vulnerability to attacks from terrestrial predators. Vigilance is crucial for survival in the presence of predators. Alarm calls serve as a warning system, alerting group members to potential danger. Cooperative vigilance enhances predator detection and reduces individual risk. Effective communication is essential for coordinated predator avoidance. Access to water sources, such as streams and springs, was essential for survival. Streams provided a readily available and renewable source of fresh water. Springs offered a reliable and often cleaner alternative to surface water sources. Proximity to water sources influenced settlement patterns and daily routines. Water sources supported agriculture, enabling crop cultivation and food production. The availability and quality of water directly impacted health and overall well-being. Organisms adapt to seasonal changes in food availability. Seasonal weather patterns influence adaptive behaviors. Adaptation ensures survival through changing seasons. Food availability and weather patterns are key seasonal factors. Ardi's skeletal structure reveals a mosaic of primitive and advanced traits. The shape of Ardi's pelvis indicates a capability for both climbing and bipedal walking. Ardi's opposable big toe facilitated arboreal grasping, unlike the aligned toes of modern humans. The length of Ardi's arms relative to her legs suggests adaptations for both terrestrial and arboreal locomotion. Ardi's wrist structure allowed for flexible hand movements, suitable for climbing and manipulating objects. Comparative anatomical analysis provides insights into Ardi's unique evolutionary adaptations. Genetic studies provide insights into the evolutionary relationships between Ardipithecus ramidus and other hominins. Phylogenetic analysis uses genetic data to map the evolutionary history and connections among different species. Comparative genomics identifies shared and unique genetic markers, revealing evolutionary adaptations. Genetic analysis helps trace the lineage and divergence points in hominin evolution. Fossil discoveries reveal insights into the physical characteristics of extinct organisms. Fossils provide evidence about the behavior of past life forms. Fossil records offer clues about the environments in which ancient organisms lived. The analysis of fossil structures helps scientists understand evolutionary relationships. Fossil dating techniques provide a timeline for the history of life on Earth. Comparative anatomy using fossils helps determine the function of extinct organisms' body parts. Woodland habitats provide diverse resources and challenges for species like Ardipithecus ramidus. The woodland environment offers a variety of food sources, including fruits, nuts, and insects. Ardipithecus ramidus face challenges such as predator avoidance and competition for resources within the woodland. The complex structure of the woodland provides both shelter and obstacles for early hominids. Variations in terrain, such as hills and streams, added to the complexity of the woodland habitat. The availability of water sources was a critical factor for survival in the woodland environment. Arboreal locomotion refers to the ability to move through trees, utilizing specialized adaptations. Adaptations for climbing enable efficient and agile navigation within arboreal environments. Specialized limbs and skeletal structures support climbing and leaping between branches. Prehensile tails provide additional support and balance during arboreal movement. Sensory adaptations, such as enhanced depth perception, aid in accurate navigation and spatial awareness. Arboreal locomotion allows access to food sources and shelter, unavailable to terrestrial animals. Bipedalism enables terrestrial locomotion, facilitating movement across ground surfaces. Upright posture allows access to resources located in open areas. Terrestrial locomotion supports efficient travel across diverse terrains. Bipedal movement enhances the ability to scan the horizon for potential opportunities or threats. Efficient resource acquisition is a key advantage of bipedal locomotion. The capacity for bipedalism directly impacts survival and adaptation within terrestrial environments. Ardipithecus ramidus likely exhibited cooperative behaviors within their social structure. Strong social bonds were a key characteristic of Ardipithecus ramidus' social dynamics. The social structure of Ardipithecus ramidus suggests a complex network of relationships. Cooperative behaviors and social bonds contributed to the survival and success of Ardipithecus ramidus. Infant development is a prolonged process. This developmental process requires significant parental investment. Parental investment is crucial for optimal infant development. The duration and intensity of parental investment directly impact the infant's developmental trajectory. Communication played a crucial role in maintaining social cohesion. Effective communication facilitated the coordination of activities within the community. Various methods, such as oral traditions and symbolic gestures, were employed for communication. These communication methods ensured the effective transmission of knowledge and cultural values across generations. Dietary habits are influenced by the availability of resources within a specific environment. The ability to exploit environmental resources directly shapes dietary patterns. Environmental factors and resource exploitation determine the nutritional intake and overall health of a population. Différents écosystèmes support different dietary habits due to variations in available food source. Predator defense strategies are crucial for survival in environments with significant predation risks. Camouflage is a primary defense mechanism, allowing animals to blend seamlessly with their surroundings. Mimicry involves resembling another species or object to deter predators. Physical defenses, such as spines, shells, or toxins, provide direct protection against attack. Behavioral strategies, including alarm calls and group defense, enhance survival rates. Environmental adaptations enable species to thrive in changing landscapes. Adaptations are traits that enhance survival and reproduction in specific environments. These adaptations can be physical, physiological, or behavioral. Physical adaptations involve structural modifications that aid survival. Physiological adaptations involve internal bodily functions that enhance survival. Behavioral adaptations involve actions that increase survival and reproductive success. Ardipithecus ramidus is a pivotal hominin species in understanding human evolutionary history. This species offers valuable insights into the origins and development of bipedalism. Ardipithecus ramidus provides clues about early hominin social behaviors and structures. Fossil evidence of Ardipithecus ramidus helps bridge the gap between earlier primates and later hominin species. Ardipithecus ramidus groups exhibited complex social dynamics. Cooperation within Ardipithecus ramidus groups likely aided in resource acquisition. Competition for resources and mates may have led to conflicts within these groups. Conflict resolution mechanisms were essential for maintaining group cohesion. Resource management involves efficient foraging to meet needs. Effective foraging optimizes resource acquisition while minimizing effort. Avoiding overexploitation is crucial for sustainable resource management. Overexploitation leads to resource depletion and ecosystem imbalance. Sustainable foraging ensures long-term resource availability and ecosystem health. Ardipithecus ramidus groups likely established and defended territories. Territorial defense ensured exclusive access to essential resources. Resource control was vital for the survival and propagation of Ardipithecus groups. Territories provided access to food sources, influencing group dynamics. Defending territories required cooperative social structures within Ardipithecus groups. Interactions between distinct groups can manifest as either cooperative or competitive dynamics. Cooperative intergroup interactions involve shared goals and mutual benefit. Competitive intergroup interactions involve conflicting goals and pursuit of individual gains. The nature of intergroup interactions can significantly influence group dynamics and outcomes. Factors such as resource availability and shared values can determine whether interactions are cooperative or competitive. Environmental pressures, including climate change, significantly influence species evolution. Competition with other species is a key environmental pressure driving evolutionary changes. Evolutionary adaptations are shaped by the need to survive and reproduce under specific environmental conditions. Climate change creates selective pressures that favor species with beneficial adaptations. Species unable to adapt to environmental pressures face decline or extinction. Ongoing research provides new insights into the life and behavior of Ardipithecus ramidus. Ardipithecus ramidus is a hominin species that provides crucial information about human evolution. Fossil evidence reveals details about Ardipithecus ramidus's bipedal locomotion and arboreal adaptations. Analysis of dental remains offers clues about the diet and environment of Ardipithecus ramidus. Comparative studies place Ardipithecus ramidus within the broader context of hominin evolutionary history. Ardipithecus ramidus spent their days foraging for food. Social interaction was a key aspect of Ardipithecus ramidus' daily life. Avoiding predators was a constant concern for Ardipithecus ramidus. Daily activities of Ardipithecus ramidus included a balance of foraging, socializing, and predator avoidance. The combined pressures of foraging, socializing, and predator avoidance shaped the daily routines of Ardipithecus ramidus. Social hierarchy within groups can influence access to resources. Dominance hierarchies can determine priority in accessing essential resources like food and water. Social standing within a group may also impact mating opportunities. Hierarchical structures can lead to differential reproductive success among group members. Reproductive strategies often involve parental care to increase offspring survival rates. Parental care includes actions such as nest building, feeding, and protection from predators. Mate selection is a key component of reproductive strategies, influencing genetic diversity and offspring fitness. Mate selection can involve displays of physical prowess, elaborate courtship rituals, or resource control. Successful reproductive strategies enhance the likelihood of passing on genes to future generations. Parental care and mate selection are adaptive behaviors shaped by natural selection to maximize reproductive success. The lifespan of Ardipithecus ramidus is estimated to have been similar to that of modern primates. Ardipithecus ramidus likely experienced similar stages of development and aging as contemporary primates. Environmental factors and resource availability influence the lifespan of Ardipithecus ramidus. Predation and disease also played a role in determining the lifespan of Ardipithecus ramidus. Comparative analysis of skeletal remains provides insights into Ardipithecus ramidus' lifespan. The estimated lifespan contributes to understanding the evolutionary context of Ardipithecus ramidus. In the past, populations were vulnerable to a wide range of diseases due to limited medical knowledge. Lack of access to proper healthcare and sanitation significantly increased susceptibility to infections. Injuries, often untreated, could easily lead to severe complications and long-term health issues. Poor nutrition and physical labor further compromised the immune system, increasing the risk of illness. Mortality rates were likely elevated, particularly among the youngest age groups. Infant mortality represents a significant portion of overall mortality in historical populations. Juvenile mortality rates reflect the vulnerability of children to disease and environmental factors. Limited access to healthcare and sanitation contributed to higher mortality rates. Environmental stressors, such as famine and natural disasters, increased mortality risks. Historical records provide insights into the demographic challenges faced by past societies. The fossil record offers a restricted yet insightful perspective on past life forms. Fossils provide tangible evidence of extinct species and evolutionary transitions. The completeness of the fossil record varies across different geological periods and species. Fossil analysis aids in reconstructing ancient ecosystems and environmental conditions. Dating techniques, such as radiometric dating, establish the age of fossils and their geological context. Gaps in the fossil record necessitate inferences and comparative analyses to understand evolutionary history. Ardipithecus ramidus functioned as a consumer within its ecosystem. Ardipithecus ramidus potentially acted as a seed disperser. The role of Ardipithecus ramidus in seed dispersal contributed to plant propagation. As a consumer, Ardipithecus ramidus influenced the population dynamics of its food sources. The dual role of Ardipithecus ramidus as a consumer and seed disperser highlights its integral position in the ecosystem. Ardipithecus ramidus provides crucial context for understanding human evolution. Studying Ardipithecus ramidus helps to fill gaps in the evolutionary timeline. Ardipithecus ramidus's characteristics offer insights into the transition from arboreal to terrestrial life. Fossil evidence of Ardipithecus ramidus contributes to a more complete picture of early hominid morphology. The discovery of Ardipithecus ramidus challenges previous assumptions about human origins. Analyzing Ardipithecus ramidus allows for a deeper understanding of hominid adaptation and diversification. Adaptive traits enable organisms to survive in specific environments. Survival is enhanced by traits that improve resource acquisition. Reproduction is facilitated by traits that increase mating success. Adaptive traits are heritable characteristics passed from parents to offspring. These traits allow species to thrive and propagate within their ecological niche. Behavioral patterns are influenced by both genetic predispositions and environmental factors. Genetic predispositions provide a foundational framework for behavioral tendencies. Environmental influences shape and modify inherent genetic tendencies through experience and learning. The interaction between genes and environment creates a spectrum of possible behaviors. Understanding the interplay of genetics and environment is crucial for analyzing behavioral patterns. An ecological niche defines a species' role within its ecosystem. The niche encompasses a species' interactions with other species. Resource utilization is a key component of an ecological niche. Environmental conditions also shape a species' ecological niche. Ecological niches contribute to the overall biodiversity and stability of an ecosystem. Scientific interpretation provides a structured framework for understanding evidence. This framework aids in comprehending various aspects of their lives. Available evidence is systematically analyzed to construct a coherent narrative. The interpretation process involves critical evaluation and contextualization of data. A well-defined framework ensures objectivity and minimizes bias in the interpretation. Through interpretation, isolated pieces of evidence become meaningful components of a larger understanding. Group cohesion was a significant factor in the survival of early human groups. Cohesive groups were better equipped to defend against predators and secure resources. Strong group bonds facilitated cooperative hunting and gathering strategies. Enhanced survival rates directly contributed to increased reproductive success within cohesive groups. Social cohesion provided a stable environment for raising offspring, improving their chances of survival. Learning is a fundamental process for acquiring new knowledge and skills. Imitation serves as a key mechanism for transmitting skills and behaviors from one individual to another. Knowledge transfer relies on both active learning and observational imitation. Effective skill acquisition often involves a combination of direct instruction and observational learning. The transmission of knowledge and skills is crucial for cultural and technological advancement. Problem-solving behaviors are employed to navigate environmental challenges. Environmental challenges can include resource scarcity, predator avoidance, and navigation. Effective problem-solving increases the likelihood of survival and adaptation. Adaptive strategies are developed through iterative problem-solving processes. Problem-solving skills are essential for interacting with and modifying the environment. Emotional expression likely facilitated early forms of communication. Expressing emotions may have strengthened social bonds within groups. Non-verbal cues, such as facial expressions and body language, conveyed meaning. Shared emotional experiences contributed to group cohesion and cooperation. Cooperative hunting enables access to larger prey that are otherwise unattainable by individual hunters. Larger prey provides a greater yield of resources, including meat, fat, and valuable materials. Cooperative strategies increase the likelihood of successful hunts, reducing individual risk and energy expenditure. Access to larger prey through cooperative hunting supports larger group sizes and increased social complexity. Cooperative hunting represents an efficient strategy for resource acquisition in challenging environments. Territorial defense secures access to essential resources within a defined area. Effective territorial control minimizes resource competition among groups. Securing territory can involve establishing physical boundaries and defense strategies. Resource scarcity often drives the need for territorial defense. Successful territorial defense strategies lead to stable resource management. Failure to defend territory can result in loss of resources and increased vulnerability. Resource sharing within groups promotes social cohesion. Shared resources reduce individual risk. Social cohesion is strengthened through collaborative efforts. Group resource management enhances overall survival rates. Archaeological evidence provides insights into past behaviors. Physical artifacts offer direct clues about daily life and activities. Analysis of remains reveals information about diet and health. The spatial distribution of artifacts can indicate social structures. Dating techniques establish a timeline of occupation and change. Comparative analysis with other sites provides broader context. Environmental reconstruction provides insights into past living conditions. Reconstruction techniques utilize geological data to infer past climates and landscapes. Botanical remains, such as pollen and seeds, reveal past vegetation and agricultural practices. Faunal analysis of animal bones helps determine past diets, hunting practices, and animal domestication. Isotopic analysis of human and animal remains provides information about past diets and migration patterns. By integrating multiple lines of evidence, a comprehensive picture of past environments and human adaptations can be developed. Climate conditions significantly shape environments. Access to resources is directly affected by climate. Environmental characteristics are influenced by prevailing climate patterns. Climate impacts the distribution and availability of water resources. The types of flora and fauna present are determined by climate factors. Climate influences the natural resources available for human use. The geological context establishes a chronological framework for comprehending the formation and evolution of geological features. Stratigraphy, the study of rock layers, provides relative dating of geological events and formations. Radiometric dating techniques offer precise absolute ages for rocks and minerals, enhancing the accuracy of geological timelines. Geological timelines integrate various dating methods to construct a comprehensive history of Earth's processes. Comparative studies analyze hominin characteristics to identify unique traits. These studies reveal evolutionary relationships and adaptations within the hominin lineage. Skeletal morphology provides crucial data for comparative analysis. Genetic analysis complements skeletal studies, offering insights into hominin ancestry. Comparative research enhances our understanding of human evolution and origins. Evolutionary pressures favor traits that increase survival rates. Natural selection promotes traits that enhance reproductive success. Survival and reproduction are key drivers of evolutionary adaptation. Evolutionary pressures drive the selection of traits that enhance survival and reproduction. Genetic diversity within populations serves as the fundamental raw material for adaptation. Adaptation relies on the pre-existing genetic variations present within a population. Genetic diversity enables populations to evolve and survive in changing environmental conditions. Without genetic diversity, populations are more vulnerable to extinction when faced with new challenges. Natural selection favors traits that enhance survival. Reproductive success is a key factor in natural selection. Traits that improve an organism's ability to find food are often favored. Camouflage is an example of a trait that enhances survival by reducing predation. Traits that improve an organism's ability to attract mates are also favored. Natural selection leads to the adaptation of populations to their environments over time. Data analysis aids in interpreting available evidence. Through data analysis, meaningful conclusions can be drawn. The process involves examining data to identify patterns and relationships. Data visualization helps in understanding complex datasets. Statistical methods are applied to derive insights from the data. Effective data analysis leads to informed decision-making. Long-term adaptations are heritable traits that enhance survival and reproduction in a specific environment. These adaptations accumulate over generations through natural selection. Adaptations can be structural, physiological, or behavioral. Structural adaptations involve physical features that aid survival. Physiological adaptations involve internal bodily functions that enhance survival. Behavioral adaptations involve actions or patterns of activity that increase survival and reproduction. Behavioral flexibility enables organisms to adapt to changing environmental conditions. This adaptability allows for effective responses to new challenges and opportunities. Behavioral flexibility enhances survival rates in unpredictable environments. Organisms can modify their behavior based on past experiences and learning. Behavioral flexibility can involve adjusting foraging strategies, social interactions, or habitat selection. This adaptability is crucial for long-term survival and reproductive success. Social learning facilitates the transmission of knowledge within groups. Social learning enables the transmission of skills within groups. Knowledge and skills are transferred through social learning. Social learning occurs within groups. Theoretical models aid in explaining the patterns observed within the fossil record. These models provide frameworks for understanding evolutionary relationships and historical biodiversity. By simulating environmental conditions, models can predict the impact of climate change on past ecosystems. Theoretical models help to interpret fossil data and reconstruct ancient environments. Ecological interactions define a species' role within an ecosystem. These interactions establish the relationships between different species. Species relationships can be categorized by their effects on each participant. Ecological roles and species relationships contribute to the overall health and stability of an ecosystem. Survival strategies were crucial for adapting to environmental challenges. Resourcefulness in finding food and water was essential for survival. Building shelter provided protection from the elements and predators. Navigation skills were vital for finding resources and avoiding danger. Fire starting provided warmth, protection, and a means to cook food. Teamwork and cooperation enhanced survival rates in challenging environments. Reproductive success quantifies an organism's contribution to the gene pool of the next generation. High reproductive success implies a greater number of offspring that survive to reproduce themselves. Factors influencing reproductive success include survival rate, mating success, and fecundity. Natural selection favors traits that enhance reproductive success within a population. Reproductive success is a key metric for evaluating evolutionary fitness. Scientific consensus represents the collective judgment, position, and opinion of scientists in a particular field of study. Ardipithecus ramidus is an early hominin species that is crucial to understanding human evolution. The current understanding of Ardipithecus ramidus is based on fossil evidence and paleoanthropological research. Scientific consensus regarding Ardipithecus ramidus evolves as new evidence is discovered and analyzed. Peer review and replication of findings are essential for establishing a robust scientific consensus on Ardipithecus ramidus. Ongoing research continues to refine and expand the scientific understanding of Ardipithecus ramidus's place in human evolutionary history. Ardipithecus ramidus contributes significantly to understanding human evolution. The skeletal structure of Ardipithecus ramidus provides insights into early hominid locomotion. Ardipithecus ramidus exhibits a mosaic of both arboreal and terrestrial adaptations. The dentition of Ardipithecus ramidus suggests a diverse diet of fruits, leaves, and small animals. The discovery of Ardipithecus ramidus has reshaped our understanding of early hominid behavior and ecology. Please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you will be updated for more videos.